Okay, welcome everybody to another video. My name is Arkady Gidzenko. I will be your pilot for today. We are at Lukla airport. We're going to fly to Paro airport, and let's have a look if we can have some sort of decent landing there. I tried it once before, actually with my colleague Paro, but yes, it was a landing. We did not crash, but everybody now got the PTSD, so that is not too great. Or PTSS. What actually is the post-traumatic stress syndrome? PTSS. Oh, I'm sorry, PTSS. Okay, so let's have a look. So here we are sitting. Oh, let's actually prefer this view. And then we go to the flight deck and we're going to start up the aircraft. So the crash lever is up. Source battery or GPU. So I'm going to have to put it on battery. You know what, let's just do the GPU. Not sure if that's available here. Generator, main, de-icing system. We're going to have to test. That you will find in your lower left panel. Not this one, not yet, not quite yet. No, nothing is working. So we are bound to crash today. So no problem. It is a sim after all, so we cannot really crash. So landing gear lights, we're going to have to test them. No, it looks like we do not have the ground power. So we go back. Where's the power? We go on. Oh, the generator was not on. There you go. Okay, so we're actually now on battery generator. So let's give it another go for the. No, this still doesn't work. And those. No, nothing. So have a quick look here what's going on. No, this should actually be on main. This is now on battery. I don't know what I was doing. Look, it's powering up now. So we were sitting here without any juice. And there you go, the icing system, warning lights are all working. The safety checks for the landing gear are also working. And let's see if we got fuel on the board.
System test. Okay.
Well, we got a decent amount of fuel there, right? So we go to what we go for the engine start. So ignition goes to auto and the auxiliary pump goes to on. So the ignition is sitting on auto, so that's good. Auxiliary boost pump should be on. There we go. What do you say? I'll close the cockpit door first. Okay, so it is now closed. Let's lock it. Okay, so clear prop, everybody. Clear prop. Do not stand in front of the prop or you will die. And, you know, I don't really think you would like that. The auxiliary boost pump is in the off position. I do not understand why it is now on. That is good, that's what we need. Okay, so clear everybody, and we're going to put the starter. So that would be a little longer. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Yeah, it's sort of doing something already actually, so that's fine. So throttle to low idle. Oh, that does not say. Ah, that's good. Altitude max 870 for 20 seconds. It actually looks fine for now. NG 30% before 30 seconds. Oil pressure temperature check. What else? The automatic starter is off when NG reach 52%. So yeah, we're already there. So the automatic starter can go into the off position. And it's already in the off position, so it's very good. Okay, so next, after engine start, throttle to low idle, to flight idle while it's sitting there. Oil pressure temperature check. Auxiliary boost pump goes to auto. There, you happy now? You're on auto. Fuel select goes to auto. There you go. Fuel select shift test. Do I have to see anything here? Well, why not have some oxygen supply while we're sitting in the cockpit actually. AP and trim should go to on. That's definitely something that we were going to need. Generator, you may now go to main. You're already at main. And bleed auto or max difference. So the bleed we'll find right here. We'll put it on auto. Okay. So it should be good. The taxi inert SEP should go on. The airplane's blinking at me. Auxiliary boost pump on. Is that now? What is the auxiliary boost pump? Yeah. We'll switch this to on, but yeah, it actually did say auto. It's just keep on flashing. No problem. Just gonna follow the checklist and everything should be fine. Flaps up, flight controls check, throttle, feather twice, taxi lights and then the parking brake. So let's turn on the taxi lights. Also have some lights on the inside here. This will never hurt. And obviously some lights exterior. So we now have a co-pilot. It is Mike. How are you doing, Mike? Okay, so if you want to go taxi to the runway, no, you know why are we going to taxi? We don't even have a flight plan. That is not too smart, is it? So to get the flight plan in, no problem at all. I go to the MFD and we click on the flight plan and we add an origin. And it should be Victor November Lima Kilo. Victor November Lima Kilo. And we enter. And yes, just for now choose the top one. And we have the destination Victor Quebec Papa Romeo. And we enter that in as well. And we choose the top destination as well. And then we're going to have to do the really boring stuff. Tumley, we go to Tumley first. So we just go ahead and type that in, Tumley, and we press enter. Then we go to Subsul. So we do add Subsul. Then we have PR888. So Papa Romeo 888 888. We enter that. Very good. Then we go Papa Romeo 744. So we Papa Romeo 744, enter. After that we go to Papa Romeo 842, Papa Romeo 842, and we enter that in as well. Papa Romeo 730, Papa Romeo 730, and we enter. Then we have Papa Romeo 799, Papa Romeo 799, and we enter. And we're going to add another one, Papa Romeo 818. So now we're getting really close. Papa Romeo 818, check, it's in. All we have to choose now, one is like really far away, so we're going to choose this one. This is actually the right one. Okay, so after 818 we go to Papa Romeo 816, Papa Romeo 816, and we go and enter, and we choose the closest one again. After this we go to Papa Romeo 814. You might see some trend developing here. Papa Romeo 814. You can guess what is the next waypoint going to be. That is of course going to be Papa Romeo 812. And I think we got two more to go. Papa Romeo 810. Oh, Papa Romeo 810, and we enter. And then finally Papa Romeo 808, Papa Romeo 808, and we enter that as well, and we choose the closest one. And now we have looking at a complete flight plan to our destination of Paro. You can zoom out to have a overview of the entire flight plan, see if it makes sense at all. Well, for now it sort of seems to do. Let me zoom in a little bit, and we're going to press this button and have a look here. So Tumley and then Subsu should be coming up next. There we go. Papa Romeo 888, 842. This looks like really nice. So just we're going to fly this. Perfect, perfect, really perfect. So I'm happy. So now we go back to our taxi. Let's have a quick look here. Let's go and fly at altitude of 210. That should be actually flight level. We're going to enter that. There you go. So that has been set now, and the heading we can do once we are on the runway. We are currently already sitting at an altitude of 9,400 feet, so we're actually really fucking high, but that is no problem because we are in an airplane and we got enough power. Let us go ahead and turn on these two little thingies because they are supposed to be on. I probably missed them. So now that we've done this, let's have a look outside, disengage the parking brake and reverse a little bit. Okay, I'm happy with this. So forward thrust. We go see if we can find the runway. Flaps on 1 for the takeoff. And here we drive. So goodbye, lovely people of Lukla. You have a really very nice little town here. Now the departure here is always a little bit of a challenge. I'm just going to fly over the mountains to the left, and then we hook up with our original flight plan. So let's do one little final check before we go. Yes, parking brake is on. Thank you for bleeping at me. Yes, oral warning. Yes, everybody should be warned for the oral stuff, right? Okay, so inlet step is on, parking brake is set, so that's all good for now. We do not need that anymore. We can click on the home. It should be okay. So flaps are set. And what do you say, Mike? Are we good to go? Are you good, Mike? Okay. Everybody in the back? Not all at once. Okay. Let's have a little look here. Okay. Well, if there are no objections, I'm going to start to get this airplane rolling, and we're going to take off. Goodbye, Lukla. Paro, here we come. Full power to the engine. Keep it on the runway, preferably. And we'll pitch up about 10%. No, we're not going to sink. Okay, so that should be a positive rate, so the gear can go up. Gear's coming. Do not climb too fast. Keep it around 10%, like such. Now we go ahead and make a left turn, because we do have these mountains here to cover. I really like the little town of Lukla, but I do not like there are not very much ATMs there, and the cell phone reception is really poor. I don't understand why. I mean, there's so much space here, you know, to put all the facilities. But I don't know. I'm not in government. I'm just a simple pilot, and not actually even a real one. So you know, what do I have to say? What do I know about anything? Like the Americans say, I do not know shit from Shinola. Yes, so, but no problem at all. So we raise the flaps so the nose drop a little bit, but we compensate with that with the trimming. So we're gaining up some speed now, which is actually a good thing, and trim it a little bit because I do not want to go too high with the nose. Around 7.5 should be fine. Let's start doing a left turn a little bit here. Let's have a look at the exterior. Yeah, this just looks lovely. Okay, so we're not fooling around. Left turn, we're going for the flight plan from the GPS. Let us select which active nav is going to listen to, and it's going to be the GPS, so that's good. We're on our way to Tumli. A little more left to the turn. Look, I think I can see my house from here. Okay. So let's have a look at the autopilot. Yaw damping on, autopilot on, and follow the nav. And altitude is set, and we're going to fly. Oh no, it's going at like this. No, go up. 210 as said. There you go. Vertical speed. And we're going to climb 900 feet per second. So look how this goes. So after what we all just did, let's have a look if the airplane agrees. So we're following the GPS. The autopilot is engaged as well as the yaw damper. It is following a vertical speed of 900 feet per minute. It is going to settle at 21,000 feet. And yeah, I think that actually should be it. You can see that we are now to the right of our track, but that's actually fine. You can see right here we are flying towards it. So once we get here, it's going to automatically adjust the course. Our altitude seems okay. Looking at these mountains here, yes, this looks fine for me. We should not leave the engine at it too high the whole time, although this actually looks nice now. So I'm just going to let it fly for a little bit longer. And maybe in the meantime we go and have a look in the back. All the way up here, you know, and have a little immersion going on. Not sure what I did. It looks like I broke it a little bit. Let's have a double check. Autopilot still on, yaw damper still on. Vertical speed to a set altitude of flight level 210 is actually still going. The autopilot is now controlling the course of the airplane. It's doing a nice job. Altitude still going up. And this looks like it's all within established parameters. Yes. So in the meantime, I'm going to quickly phone my mother, because now we are so high that we are closer to the satellite. So I'm going to use my satellite phone and phone my mother just for a little bit, tell her I love her and say hi. And I'll tell her hi from you guys as well. So I will be right back. I will leave you for now with the external view. If anything goes wrong, let me know in the comments. Okay, I'll be right back, people. Let's have a nice little look here with the sun. How about this? Okay. Okay, everybody, your pilot is back now. Did I miss anything exciting, or is she actually still flying? Looks like we're still flying. It should be nice, should be good, should be fine, should be A-OK, as the Americans say. And look, I was just in time to witness us taking a left turn at Subsu, or actually to go to Subsu, I think. Yes, we're now at Tomley. Now we're going to Subsu. Now, for the approach, we'll need a little bit longer, but let's have a overview of the trajectory that's ahead of us. Yes, we're now going to Subsu. Let me check something else, because I do not like this orientation. Where's the home button? Map settings, orientation, and we click, no, not north up, click heading up. Okay. So now we have the girls orientation. Sorry girls, no, that sounds like a little of an asshole here. Let's have a look. If we go here, so yes, this looks fine. Okay, so just a little heads up. Once we arrive at Subsu, I would like to be at 17,000. And PR 888, we should not be below 17,000, and we should have a maximum speed of 185 knots. And we'll carry on all the way into Papa Romeo 777. So let's have a look here. So from Subsu we go to Papa Romeo 888 at 17,000, max 185 knots. No, we're actually not going to 777, that is, I think it's on the other end. For you to do the go around, not entirely sure here, but yeah, see, that's right here, it's for a going route procedure. If you, yeah, but we're just going to land and it's going to be fine. Okay. So we have 82 miles to go until we reach Subsu. So in the meantime, I'm going to have a sip of my little Coke here. And additionally, I'm going to roll another cigarette for the journey. So this is really a beautiful sight. Look, we got the little square patches there. It looks like a blanket. It looks like it's a one giant pixel of green there and there and there, and some pixels here. It's sort of like a Tetris game, you know, a Tetris or Russian game. But in the end, Russian or Iranian, it all doesn't matter, it's all the same. We are one human race, right? We have like lovely people and we have assholes, so now the landing challenge of it's actually a challenge, landing at the Paro airport. Last time that I flew with my colleague who was the pilot flying, and yeah, he managed to get the plane down, but it did not look too pretty. Let me tell you, let me tell you just that, it did not look pretty, people. But I'm still here to complain about it, so you know, kudos to him for that. Oh, hey guys. Oh, that does look a little funny, doesn't it? So our current distance from our next waypoint is 65 nautical miles, and then some. Have a little overview. This is all going well. We are sitting at 210 now. Speed 208 knots. Yes, I'm a happy man. Look, there's a little patch of snow right there. We can go skiing until we hit the rock. And then when you're in your skis and you hit a rock, you're going to roll. So maybe that's why where the rock and roll came from. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, because it is so busy here. I think this is my 10th solo flight now. Well, except for with Mike, but you know, everybody, I don't need to explain, Mike is not really real, right? Hey Mike, Mike, are you real? And Mike is thinking to himself, what is with all the existential questions? Dude, are you high? And I'm gonna tell him, I don't know, let me check. And I'm going to answer, well, it looks like I'm pretty high. I may have nudged the autopilot off, no, with my little joke. So actually, why is my altitude dropping? Yeah, the altitude is getting a little nervous. But it's trying to really slowly climb back up to 210. So, yeah, so I just nudged the little nose of the plane down a little bit. That's a really big ass mountain right there. So in case you did not notice, I was very glad to point that out to you, so that you now know that you are looking at a really big ass mountain right there. It is to the left of the plane. It is actually a very beautiful day for flying. Look, it's lots of sunshine. We can, with a far visual range. So that's all actually really nice. It is what you would like. And if you go and land in the airport of Paro, it's actually quite difficult. You do not want to be any clouds or anything there, because you are not going to be able to see the runway. It is actually sitting in a valley. So what we're going to do, PR888 at 170, and next step we're going to descend 15200, and then 13,800, which is the mandatory altitude all the way up until Papa Romeo 816. And actually, when we're sitting here, our speed should be max 145, so that's good to know. Yes, because once we get over this mountain, we're going down, fly like that, but our speed's going to pick up. It is going to be a fairly high approach. It is 3.5, it's not too crazy, but hey, they do not call this a difficult approach for no reason. And yes, I concur. And look, you can see we are flying here at 13,800, Papa Romeo 816 to 814. This peak here is 13,636, so we're flying almost like over the peak right there. So yes, we're going to have some trees, and the last bit we'll also have some trees. I think it's, yes, it should be this little patch here. I cannot zoom in anymore for you guys, but yes, you can take my word for it. So yes, let's get rid of this map for now. Let's have a look at our situation. 35 nautical miles out from Sapsu. Mike. Look at Mike. Look, he's sitting with his hands in his lap like he's a choir boy. Like a very nice schoolboy. Yes? Very obedient. He is observant. If you look at him, his eyes are looking straight ahead. His chin is up. This guy is looking. This guy is helping us out. Well, and you can see actually has I think I pointed out before, is a really subtle little smile going on. It's really subtle. And I think his cheeks are also sort of smiling with him, along with his muscles there around his eyes. Yes, Mike, we're talking about you. Yes. But no problem. I'm not here to mock you or anything. It is all what the Americans say, tongue-in-cheek, right? Going to have a look at the charts now and have a look to see if we can already start descending to 17,000, or actually 17,000, or flight level 170. 17,000 would actually be 1700. If not, we have about 20 nautical miles to descend 4,000 feet. So that should be doable if we descend with about 1,000 feet per minute. We could maybe try descending to flight level 200. We engage the vertical speed and we go really slowly, 500 feet per minute. This is our speed at sub, so is that restricted? It does not look like it is. Subsuit to PR 888 185. Actually, we're just going to 17,000 right now. Get this thing over with. Going to descend 1,000 feet per minute. All we have to do now, we monitor our altitude and our speed. It is now picking up, which is not very crazy, of course, but it is picking up a little bit. For now, do not feel like changing, but we have to throttle back to 185 at some time for certain. Go ahead and zoom in some more for the situational awareness. Maybe one notch, yes. So yes, this is all the easy part of the flight, obviously. So the fun part, the really fun part, will start momentarily. Look, we are nearing 17,000 now, which is fine. We have 6.8 nautical miles to go. I could throttle back a little bit. Speed's dropping definitely. So 1,000 to go. So here we are at Sapsu, now going to PR 888, so we're going to have to slow down a little more. So 185 speed is coming up. 185 knots. We are sitting at 170. We try to keep the speed. I want to see where it will settle. It is still dropping. Now go to PR888. .744 and then 842, where we should be at 15200. Speed's dropping still, a little slow, but it's slowly, but it's okay. We're still moving forward. And 50 nautical miles to PR888. Speed seems to have settled around 160 knots. Vertical speed is off, so we can go ahead and select 152, but we do not engage just yet. And obviously, let me just double check with the charts to see if I'm not making any mistakes that are going to kill us. So, should still be fine. 15200 is set. It is armed, but it is not yet set as such. 1522, so let's just keep it at that then. And when is the next constraint after that? It's going to be at PR816. With regards to the speed, 145 knots. But we're already sitting at 160, and 842 we need to be at 152, 730, yes, and then we go descend to 13800, but first we're going to go to PR842. So once we leave PR744, that's actually when we can start our descent for PR842, and once we arrive there, we go and descend to 13800. So 6 and 5 nautical miles until the next waypoint, PR888, and then we go to PR842. Altitude still armed right there, so that's good. I'm going to throttle back a little bit, ever so slightly. Vertical speed. It is still at 0, so that's good, no problem there. We're not moving. Speed is dropping around 153 knots. We are at PR888 in 1.3 nautical miles, there we are. And vertical speed, we go 1000 or 900, no, 1000. And then immediately we go monitor the speed because that's going to peak up now. And I actually want to be around 145-ish, or 150 is also fine. Just no accelerate. So now it's dropping. You can hear the engine. So this part is actually this part of the approach is all basically I'm looking at the charts and the onboard systems, the GPS and such. At some stage we're going to disengage the autopilot and we're going to have to fly visually. Let me run or engage the flight director, which is always nice to have around, especially when you're flying yourself. We are reaching flight level 15.2, speed around 150, so that should be fine for now. And let's see, because our next is going to be 138, and it's going to be fairly quick, so let's go ahead and see if we can arm it yet. Maybe we cannot. Let's just give that a little longer. Speed still dropping a little bit, ever so slightly. And we are also going to drop speed from here, reduce the throttle. Okay, boys and girls, this is we're getting closer now. 153, 152 almost. 100 feet to go. 70, 60, and 50. Speed is dropping. We're going to speed up a little bit and quickly peek at the charts. What they say, it's a max of 145 there. Okay, so it's a maximum, not a minimum. So yes, let's just try to keep the speed steady, as I do not really want to go much slower actually. A little faster. And we're going to 138. Not like this. 13,800 feet, vertical speed, descend at 600 feet per minute. We do actually have still one other waypoint to cross until the constraint is active. We're now flying to Papa Romeo 730 and looks like there is no constraint there just yet, but there will be at the one following, which is Papa Romeo 799, where we should be at 13,800, so we are well on our way. Let us get rid of the chart and have a look at the speed. Well, speed slightly struggling to maintain and to either pick up a little bit. Once the airplane goes level, the speed might drop due to our current throttle settings. So we're going to have to monitor that, because we are not going to be descending for like a minute or two maybe after that. So first we're going to go for a left, straight, and then a right turn. So somewhere around there, I would say. Let's have a look outside. It is a beautiful day still. Very lovely. Lovely area. Friendly people here. I mean, if you can find them. More likely to be found snakes here. Or maybe wild boars. Okay, speed 145. We are still descending. So for now it's okay. We're actually now on our way to Papa Romeo 799, 2.5 nautical miles. We are almost at our altitude, our constrained altitude. Zoom in a little more. 138 is flashing. Speed constraint is not yet active at Papa Romeo 799, is it? No, but then we have a little more to go, like 8 or 10 miles or so. The speed's not dropping, so that's fine. we do not want to be in too much of a hazardous situation, because we might need, if we start losing attitude, we will be losing altitude, and once we start losing altitude, we do require our speed in order for us not to crash into a mountain. You know, like tree hugging is fine, but mountain hugging is devastating, you know, it's very bad for your health. So we are now resting around 13800, speed is 133 and dropping a little bit. We are not at PR799 yet, but after that comes PR81, what was it, 8 or 6? PR818, 816, of course, okay. At 816 we are not to go faster than 145 knots, and we have to maintain 13800, and we cross the mountain, and from there it's, you know, we go hog wild and we go and improvise and see if we can draw anything from previous experience. Speed is sort of okay. Do not going to extend the flaps just yet. Now this path is going to take us over the last mountain and then there into the valley. I mean, you know, I did manage to land a Viper Warrior in Meteor Crater, Arizona in the United States, so you know, one would assume that this should be a piece of cake. Look at the beautiful mountain tops here, right at the right wing. It is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so back to business. Let's check the speed. 129 over 130-ish. Altitude should be okay. We're getting ready for the right turn, which is doing it right now. So this right turn is going to take us over the mountain top here and into the valley. There is the valley right there. So we're going to disengage the autopilot now and maybe even stop talking. Trim it down a little bit. Flight director says left and up. I think I'm going to disregard the up part though, because you know I would like to land. Reduce the throttle, because you know I want to nail this sucker. There's the temple, I think, and then the airport should be right there. Oh, easy on the banking. Okay, okay, stop it. I will extend the landing gear now. We are dramatically dropping actually. Here's the river. I believe that dropping dramatically here is the best, so that we can have some sort of a stable approach in the end with regard to speed, because our speed is now really high and our thrust is on idle. So once we do nose up like we do now, our speed is going to drop, as you can see, really quickly. We are still fine. Trim it up a little bit for control. There is the temple. We do not want to overshoot. We're going for the right turn here to have a leap of faith. Flaps on 1. Our speed is nice. Speed up a little bit actually. keep going right. There's the runway, visual runway inside. Flap 2, that is full flaps in this airplane. And now let's see if we can get this down in one piece. 500 feet. Keep going down. Okay, flare. Okay, looks like we're sort of down. We're on the runway, applying manual brake, and find the center line of the runway. Some more manual braking. That's it, everybody. Welcome to Paro Airport. Hope you enjoyed your flight. For now, so far, this is actually the best approach and the best landing that I ever performed here, but obviously we will have some explaining to do to the mechanical engineer and to my boss, but that's for me. I'm not going to bore you with the details. Sometimes there's some money involved, and you know how it goes. Alright, see no evil, hear no evil, right? So we're coming up at the end of the runway. I do now realize we did not operate any of our lights, I think, so we're probably still on the takeoff lights or maybe even the taxi lights, but you only live once, right? So we're vacating the runway here. Runway vacated. Flaps are already up. Can we go and have a little drive? Okay, so this is actually a runway threshold or the runway holding point. So now we are officially vacated from the runway. Flight director may go off. It is beautiful. Have a look to your left. You see nice building. And there's some more nice building. Oh, let's not go left with the airplane, just look left, I said. Okay, we go park straight right here next to the GPU. Okay, full stop, wheel stop, parking brake engaged. Thank you, that goes off. And we're going to cut the power to the engine. And the engine is now off. So welcome to Paro, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed your flight. Let's open up the door. Everybody's been shitting their pants probably during this crazy approach and landing. So let's get some fresh air going. Stop bleeping at me. When do I ever bleep at you? I never bleep at you. Okay, so I bleep at me. So let's turn off the whirring sound. That should be the fuel pump. There you go. Yes, I know I did this myself. Thank you for the heads up though. Let's have a look outside of the airplane. Paro, everybody. We survived. We landed. We shit our pants. And look, there's the moon looking and smiling down on us. Well, it's smiling to us. It's not down. Might also be up, who knows. Okay, everybody, thank you very much for flying with me this flight. Mike, thank you very much. Like if I have to point out one guy who can always keep his straight face and keep cool, yes, Mike, that's you. That would be you indeed. Okay, everybody, I'm going to shut down this airplane and we can then just all go home and have some fun here in Paro. Okay. Thank you. Good day, everybody. See you next time. Bye-bye.